to Space Colony Art.
No.
So at some point, I'm meaning to replay every major Sonic game to reform my opinion on the series. I replayed the classic trilogy.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't get any version of the Sonic X Shadow.
I just haven't. I've had other games I've spent money on.
You could even get a fancier version than what we have.
Yes.
Namely, Metaphor Refund has the
Oh, they're not Persona.
basically.
Yeah, baby, not Persona.
Because Atlas released a game.
Did you ever play Legends?
I've not played Legend.
Also, you say Atlas released a game and you have to play it, but you also didn't get SMT5.
Yeah, again,
Vengeance.
I had other games I was spending money on. I have played SMT5.
You don't care about the name. Unless you say the words Persona 5 Arena, Sean will not care.
Everyone loves those things. Those things are just as good as they were in.
Oh. Yeah.
No, never mind. They're not that bad. They're probably better than the ones in SAP.
Hold on, it bumped my mic.
But because it's in, like weird 2.5D, it's a little confusing when it wants to be.
Wondering if it's 2.5D, think about it more like vertically.
Well, that's the problem. I've never dealt with those things in 2D.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I do have Chaos Spear.
Well, the powers you get are Doom powers, so yeah, you have regular Chaos Spear. The one thing is Doom Spear.
And well, the game was looking at Chaos Spear until just now.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I might have been doing speedrun trends in last level if I know I had Chaos Spear.
I don't know if you actually do have it in the first stage or not. Or if you do just get it in this level.
I mean, we have the Switch version, but I think this is more than playable.
Well, like I said, the reason I think it's perfectly fine is because the original generations
Was 30 FPS on the PlayStation.
though, like I
3
said,
back in the
apparently
day.
the Shadow generations half uses the Frontiers engine. Apparently. Don't let the game clickbait you. This is not permanent.
Yeah, so George, they give you the wings for this level, but this is just for this level.
Yeah.
And you have to you earn them later.
So yeah, don't let
So
the
the game
game.
just kind of teases you with them.
I guess Sonic's not the only blue ball here.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Or I guess because it's Sonic, I should say blue spheres. But blue spheres is trash and should never come back.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna hit you with that. Hit you with that Ava in the ending scene. You know, everybody's clapping around.
Also, to talk about it, because me and Carson didn't fully talk about it, and since Sean's playing, I can talk. Like, the Sonic 3 movie was really good. Ah, yeah. Yes. All the Sonic movies are better than they have any right to be.
Yeah, the
What?
first movie was like
I-
perfectly serviceable.
I would
The
make
second movie was like actually decent. But the third movie, I was like, man, this is not only just solid, the nostalgia bait right now.
I would make a joke about video game movies being good again, but when we were getting a good, like, consistent streak with the Sonic movies and the Mario movie, a Borderlands comes along. Why is the Borderlands movie so terrible? I haven't seen it because I don't give a fuck about Borderlands.
I want you to understand something.
I've just
I want you
seen.
to understand. I am a man of validity. I understand doing things in order to basically pander to fan service, but I also understand when things don't make sense. Tiny Tina is in this movie.
And it's
There is zero reason why Tiny Tina needs to be in this movie. We just put Tiny Tina in there because we know how much the fans love Tiny Tina.
Didn't she
We cast Kevin Hart, little short funny man, as the stoic, serious ex-soldier, military man Roland. And I don't know what exactly we plan to get out of that. So, in all honesty, part of the reason why the Borderlands movie is bad, without even having to see it, is we literally did the shittiest job casting for the movie. We did the shittiest job picking who would be in the movie in terms of characters.
So apparently Claptrap is the actual guy from the games, and that's like the only one.
Well, I mean, it's not even, that's not even my thing. It's just like, why did, like...
No, I'm just talking about because of that. I think I've seen people say Claptrap is the only thing in this movie that's kind of sort of good, but it's because it's a guy that actually knew how to be funny.
I'm not even sure if Brick is in this movie. Because, you know, you would think that after everybody... Let me put it this way. There's no reason why you shouldn't, because everyone that has been successful at making sure they did. And so, if you're gonna make a Borderlands movie and you probably want to make a Borderlands 2, maybe you should, you know, spaz out like Shadow is right now.
Doom spares.
Maybe you should do the thing that everyone else is doing, which is actually making a movie about the subject matter at hand. Which is essentially the problem with the Borderlands movie, even before you turn it, even before you press play, is that the subject matter at hand is that this is literally the start of Borderlands. But you gave that up, obviously, because I can tell basically on your casting choice and who you and the characters you put in this movie that you didn't want to make the story of the first game. You wanted to make a movie and call it the Borderlands movie, and you thought
There's
you were
two behind the boxes.
You have to break the box.
Boxes, yeah. The Joe.
And you know, I just checked, and I'm correct. Brick is not in this movie. And off the top of my head, I can't even remember who the fuck the other fourth character is in Borderlands 1.
The only character I remember from Borderlands 1 is the ninja.
Oh. No, Zero's the Borderlands 2.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that shows how much people talk about the first game.
The joke!
Like I said, I can't even remember who the fourth character in Borderlands 1 is. Because it's Lilith, it's Rowan, it's Brick. Oh, Mordecai. Yeah, so, you know, you just didn't put...
Canyon.
Oh,
yeah.
Because what this game does, it's all supposed to be stages that have some...
Connection to Shadow.
But... Oh, you see that? That's 2, 3, 4 asterisk.
The joke I was going to make, the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie is good, but they should have shot Maria in the back of the head. Fucking cowards.
You can't shoot a child in a PG movie.
Yes, you can.
No, not in this day and age.
Fucking cowards. 0 out of 10.
I'm surprised they even went with the plot, honestly. Because I was like, are they actually going to do the plot? And then when we introduced Maria, I was like, oh my god, we are going to actually do the plot.
Except we didn't shoot her in the back of the head.
We don't need her getting shot. She's dead.
But in canon, the gun soldier shot her in the back of the head.
They were also on a space station, and we didn't do that either.
Yeah, and that's right, because you brought it. Well, I do like the third movie. A small thing that does bother me, not because it's different, but more...
Oh, man, I tried to LG it.
Tried and failed. Anyway, a small problem I did have was the third movie, but this is the most absolutely nothing nitpicky problem, and it's a small spoiler, but it doesn't fully go into everything. Because it's not set on the Ark, Maria is not dying of space AIDS, so she has no reason to be here. So why are you letting the literal child in the restricted government facility? What the fuck are you thinking?
With me, man. Balls are everywhere.
in the original
Well, she follows him everywhere, yeah.
in the original canon, it made sense that she was up there because
She's dying of space AIDS.
and this game's story will go into that. Though you want to talk about a being
Also, the first time that's actually mentioned in a game.
Yeah.
yeah. The Gerald's Journal, it's because we somehow got a Day 1 edition without pre-ordering the game. We have the physical of, they actually named the condition. And I was like, holy shit, they actually named it.
Because it was
That's
always...
because the guy who wrote the comics wrote this game.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. Because it was always canon. It just, they hadn't...
It was always canon, which is, you know,
I
kind of wild
believe-
that they literally never mentioned it.
Yeah, because
I believe
little girl basically dying of space AIDS is,
because the one condition,
I bet
it's
there's one guy who's out there, like, they mentioned the SAT manual.
I believe it's in the Japanese manual.
What?
See?
I believe because the name of the condition is actually very close to the scientific name for AIDS. It is mentioned in the Japanese manual. The American manual or game does not cover it because people will thought we do not want
Also,
to
right
have
on the
a.
highway in the daytime.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a cursed image.
You keep linking that video. I really like Radical Highway.
Radical Highway is just so cool.
I do kind of.
I just really love Radical Highway Shadow.
I do kind of wish, instead of all of these being Radical Highway, that they had been different stages. Like, people had said, especially because this would have guided you, a stage from Shadow, these should have been the Black Comet. It should have been...
Some people wish it was Westopolis, partly because it would have been really thematic with how many times you would have played Westopolis.
I think it being the Black Comet would make
The
more...
Radical Highway is cool, but me and Carson always quote the speedrunning video. Shadow's just going on that speedrun tangent. I always wondered why so many in the radical left participate in speedrunning.
You're a
What?
beta
What?
male, Sonic.
Oh, what? Yep, there it goes. You got it.
What?
That video is also really funny. It's the same guy, too.
Yes.
My two
I
favorite...
just really love Radical
My
Highway.
two favorite videos from that channel are the speedrunning one and it's pronounced GIF.
Yeah, that one's also really funny.
No, the speedrun video is funnier when you know that was based on someone's actual
know
Twitter
it's
rant.
Yeah, the speedrunning one was based off someone's unhinged Twitter rant.
I always wondered why so many in the radical left participate in speedrunning. What? The reason is the left's lack of work ethic. Go fast instead of do it right. And in a Petersonian sense, Petersonian, to elevate alternative sexual archetypes in the marketplace. Fastest hedgehog. Shadow, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a beta male, Sonic.
You just hate me because I'm, right. I just hate you in general. You mean in general, I'm going to kill you. But yeah, the stage, it's Rail Canyon, because in Rail Canyon and Bullet Station, the capsules that you're breaking are the Shadow Android capsules.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's why they have it supposed to be stages relevant to Shadow.
Who I am?
But there are two. But there
Am I
are.
just a clone? Like
No.
all the others?
Oh, I got one of the collectibles. Nice. Mm.
Whoa.
53 seconds.
Almost a
The
minute.
fact that almost a minute separates the A and S rank. And
Yeah.
the meter is still saying that I got way over a B rank.
Yeah.
That's a ranking system right there.
Okay, you say that's a ranking system, but it's literally the game wants you to use Chaos Control as
I
soon
know,
as you get it.
I know it does.
You got to be MLG.
Well, I want you to like do a mix of using it not just what it tells you to, also using Chaos Spear to just fly through the air without wings.
But no, why is the Borderlands movie bad? Because it's just bad.
So how about the Minecraft movie?
That's gonna be awful too.
Ever since I was a boy, I yearned for the mines.
Why?
That's such a
That
good line.
is such a meme.
Everyone was turning that into a meme.
It
is a meme.
It's been a meme. The
It's
children
like
yearn for the
it's like
mines.
literally just a meme. Like when they announced the movie, I was just kind of like, guys, what is this? What even happens in this fucking movie?
Yes. Okay, to be fair, Minecraft, remember, does technically have an ending. So because it does have an ending, we can contrive a battle with the Ender Dragon.
We're gonna fight the Ender
Dragon, yes.
We can contrive that as an end to this.
Yes, we can
There's
contrive that as an end to it.
There's at least...
time, I sat there and...
Like, you can
like,
say what's going to happen. There's at least more conflict in that than the, Japanese-only Animal Crossing anime movie Nintendo made back in the day.
What?
The Japanese-only Animal Crossing anime movie.
It was a movie made to promote Wild World.
And if you should know enough about Animal Crossing to figure out what an Animal Crossing movie entails.
Again.
What?
Tom Nook?
Yeah, Tom Nook. Me owing money to Tom Nook.
Basically.
It is lit on because it promotes Wild World. God, explaining this to you two is gonna be fucking fine. It is basically like character moves to a new town as you do in Animal Crossing. Immediately gets a job with Tom Nook. Sorry,
owing money to Tom Nook. Yeah.
so it's, living their life and stuff, and everything is good. And then, because it's based on Animal Crossing, seasons change, except then one of the villagers wants to move away, and the main character, because her friend is moving away, becomes all sad about it. And there's this whole thing about not getting to say goodbye, and then Gulliver shows up, but it's based on Wild World, so Gulliver's from space in Wild World, so he's technically an alien, and it becomes an alien subplot to end off this thing. It is a Japanese-only anime movie.
All I'm hearing is that this is like a very sad attempt at making the sappiest plot known to man. Probably a bunch of shots of the villager and this neighbor hanging out for like a whole 10 minutes. And then suddenly, that's when they get hit with that, sunset shot where it's like, I hate to tell you this, but I'm moving away.
No, the thing is,
just,
because
like,
it's based on
violins
because
and
it's based on Animal Crossing, the moving kind of just happens without notice. Because in old Animal Crossing, villagers could just leave.
And because the movie just keeps basically jumping ahead large amounts of time.
So, no, she moves without the goodbye. That's the problem. She just moved. Ah, yes. Nice. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what is your overall opinion on the Switch version of this game? I know I asked a similar question to this in a different part, but overall, I would love to narrow down people's opinions on the Switch version, because I think the Switch version is fine. We were talking about that a lot. I don't think the Switch version is that bad. And I feel like people that were hating on the Switch version were being over dramatic, because in my opinion the Switch version looks and runs fine. Even if the game is 30 FPS, this is a very solid and stable 30 FPS. So I can change this question a little bit. Do you think a game is good if it's 30 FPS as long as the frame rate is solid and stable? And do you agree that 60 FPS is a little bit overblown? Because back in the day, tons of games were under 30, and I think 30 is fine. And as a reminder, just because this comes up a lot, movies are still animated in 24 frames a second, and generally filmed in 24 frames a second. You don't really see a lot of movies break out of that frame rate, and people will argue that looking at something and playing something is completely different. But I still think a good, responsive 30 FPS game is fine. I don't inherently need 60. I've never inherently needed 60. As long as 30 is stable, I can deal with that. Because I've played games that are under 30. Ocarina of Time on a good day is basically 20 FPS. And it normally doesn't go over that. So I can basically deal with lower frame rates. And again, I think 30 is fine. I feel like people expecting 60 are a little bit entitled. So to frame the question in a slightly different way, do you think 30 FPS is fine as long as it's stable? Because I think more people need to appreciate a solid 30 FPS, because as long as a game is running smoothly and is crazy responsive, I don't think a game needs to go over 30. I mean, if you design around a game being 60, that's fine, but 30 is good, and I feel like people hate 30 for effectively no reason, but I'm starting to ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.